Peace be with you. In today's video, I wanted to address a very important topic for those who consider themselves Muslims, and that topic is anger. This is a very important topic for people like me who have had or still have issues with anger at some point in their life. Uh, Not everybody is the same. Everybody sins differently. Everybody has certain sins that are easy for them to fix, while other people find it difficult to fix certain things. Anger and being angry is one of the things I found more difficult to fix in my life. And although I've been trying to do this for 10 years, although I have made great improvements, still not there. So, people who have had similar experiences as mine, who have issues with anger, should understand this and work toward improving themselves. So, what does God say in the Quran about anger? In chapter 3, verse 133, God says, and hurry toward the forgiveness of your Lord and the gardens, the expanse of which is heavens and the earth. And your Lord has made them for those who are careful of their duty, those who give in prosperity and adversity, and suppress anger and forgive people. And your Lord loves the doers of good. So in that verse, God tells us, hey, strive towards this. Strive towards the gardens I have made for those who are careful of their duty to God. So, and then God tells us, some of the characteristics of those people. And one of those characteristics is giving in prosperity and adversity, and then suppressing our anger and forgiving people. And that is very important. So, we tend to forgive ourselves pretty easy, but we don't tend to forgive other people, very easy. And that is in part because we are angry. And once we can suppress that anger, it helps, it becomes a lot easier to forgive people. So anytime that anger comes, if you have that anger reaction and if you act on it, nothing good ever comes out of it. And that's just a simple fact of life. You don't even need to be religious to realize that. If you live long enough, one day you will realize that. In another verse, God says, and this is chapter 7, verse 199, take to forgiveness, command good, and disregard the ignorant. So it's one thing to work on your anger when in situations where people are not provoking you, when you can actually reason yourself out of anger. For example, I used to get super angry, like I used to have a bad case of road rage, right? I would get super angry if people drive slow, if people drive fast, if they cut me off, whatever. But I can reason. I right in the beginning, I could reason myself out of it. I'd be like, okay, when I'm late at work, I drive fast. Okay, my somebody in my family may drive slow, so I was able to really deal with that easily. But what happens, when people are trying to provoke you, when you are dealing with ignorant people who want to provoke you, and God simply says, take the forgiveness. It's better to forgive. Hey, I was an atheist at one point, and I was not just an atheist. I was a rabid atheist, is what I like to call myself. I hated religion. I hated people who espoused any sort of religious view, who believed in God. I thought they were stupid. I thought, and boom, here I am. God turns hearts however He wants to. And I've learned to keep my mouth shut now, to try to not have these conversations with people. And when they want to insult me, when they want to burn the Quran, when they want to say something bad, I can respond with niceness. I can command good for myself, and I can forgive people because when they provoke me like that, as long as they don't harm me, I can forgive them. As long as they're just uh, saying things or destroying inanimate objects, I can forgive them. Because I was like them. And who am I to condemn somebody I used to be like? I actually wish them good, and I forgive them. I'm ready to forgive them at a moment's notice, as long as they change their behavior. So, commanding good starts with yourself, and then command good around your family, people around you. Be that beacon of goodness that everybody needs, or at least try to be, because none of us are good 100% of the time. But as long as we are good 80% of the time, and people around us are good 80% of the time, and we command each other to goodness, we're going to help each other, and we are actually going to be far nearer to perfection than we would be by ourselves. And then the last verse that deals with anger in the Quran is in chapter 42, and these are verses 37 to 43. God says, whatever you have been given are only the tools of the life of this world, and what is with God is better and longer lasting for those who are careful and rely on their Lord. for those who believe and rely on their Lord. Those who avoid great sins and indecencies, and when they are angered, they forgive. And those who respond to their Lord and keep up prayer, and their rule is to take counsel among themselves, and they give out of what we have given them. Surely the recompense for an evil is a punishment like it. But whoever forgives and makes amends shall have his reward from God. Surely God does not love the unjust. The way or the blame is so there is no way, no blame against those who defend themselves after being oppressed. The way or the blame is only against those who oppress people and revolt in the earth unjustly. These will have a painful punishment. And then it finishes with, and whoever is patient and forgiving, surely these are matters that require determination. So these things, we have to set our heart to fight these demons inside us. Nothing, like I said, nothing good ever comes out of anger. And then we see again that God describes people who suppress their anger, who forgive people, who make amends, as those who are righteous. And there's not a lot of intellect that goes into this. It's just it's a very simple concept, except it is not that simple to put into practice because we are dealing with an emotion here. Anger is such a powerful emotion, and it's one of the few powerful emotions, like fear and hunger, and they're very, very powerful emotions. So nobody that's quick to anger, should expect to enter heaven. This is just not going to happen because, like I said, nothing good ever comes out of anger. So this is what God says about anger. We are expected to do it. This isn't like one of those I'm going to baby you and you get a trophy for participation. We're not going to be perfect, and I said this has been a 10-year journey for me for this particular topic, and I'm not there yet, but I have made great improvements. So, but we have no guarantees that we're going to live for another 10 years. So it is of utmost importance. We are expected to fail, but we are also expected to eventually succeed, and this is very, very important. So people need to understand that Muslims have to control their emotions, especially anger. It doesn't matter if it's just regular life. You have to especially control it around your parents. You have to control it around ignorant people. You have to control it everywhere. So if you are a Muslim, seek help in patience and prayer. Surely God is with the patient. And if you fail, then the only way you stay fail if you don't try anymore. But if you keep trying, and if God willing you live long enough, if you are sincere, you will succeed. That's it. Try to destroy that anger inside you, because that is a mark of a Muslim.